So I want to start this video off by saying I'm not trying to be a pretentious asshole. I'm not trying to like down anybody for watching Love Island, because I've watched it for the last 2 summers. I'm not above it, right? I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to. You know, I can see the appeal, right? But every summer I see people, you know, become outraged, you know, go on TikTok lives and debate who's in the wrong, who's in the right, go into Twitter spaces and debate, just go wild over it, get really parasocial, look into everyone's lives and their past lives and who their exes were, what schools they went to. You see people who went to school with them posting like their yearbooks and shit. It gets crazy every year, right? And these people, they get major fame, right? But when someone messes up, the quick reaction is, oh, they're out my villa. We're voting them out the villa. We're kicking them out. They're packing their bags by tomorrow. And it made me really think, like, what if we had that same energy for the politicians, and instead of like kicking them out the villa, we just kicked them out of Congress, you know, or kicked them out like the White House. I'm like, follow with me, right? I'm gonna get a little Jaden Smith in this video. I'm gonna get a little political, economical state of the world right now. But like, why don't we have that same energy when it's time to vote to help our own communities, right? I think Love Island exposed a bigger problem we have today in society, right? And it has nothing to do with the Islanders. Like, why were people at one point more upset about KC calling Anaya grandma more than the people actively underfunding schools and covering up the Epstein files? Like, I heard more about KC than I did real world events. I heard, do you know who the representative of your district is? Do you know who your mayor is? Do you know who your governor is? Do you know who your senator is? You can't convince me that young people are caring more about local elections than Love Island at this point. I just feel like if we put this energy into arguing about, you know, who should be dumped off city council, who should be dumped off the school boards, who should be dumped off the state legislature, we'd probably have a lot more influence over the things going on around us that actually affect our day-to-day lives. And the thing is that some of y'all live in key states. You know, I know somebody in Texas didn't vote but voted on Love Island, and look, Ted Cruz is has been a Texas senator for years. He even ran for president. I get you cannot name me one thing that dude has done to actually improve day-to-day life in Texas. He's been sitting on his thumbs for years, right? Like, there are a lot of terrible people in Congress right now that have said crazy things concerning Gaza, concerning women's rights, concerning voting rights. And every year they seem to be repealing stuff back. Look at what's happening with voting rights right now in states like Louisiana. And because they can't deny the information, they're going to hide the information, right? So we really gotta focus up. And us as young people, we gotta kind of look in the mirror and focus. Oh, Corbyn's such an AI. Corbyn's such a robot. They're actively using AI to make it look like a senator is still alive. He hasn't reported to work in 2 months. Mitch McConnell, we haven't seen him in 2 months, right? We haven't seen Mitch McConnell in 2 months, right? And y'all talking about Corbyn GBT. They using AI to make this dude seem like he's still kicking it, like he's still with us. Like, does that not concern? Like, does that not concern nobody? Does that not, like, ooh, at this point, majority of Gen Z, we're adults, right? We're adults. It's time to have adult conversations, because majority of us, it's looking like we won't own a house until we're about 45. And that's what they're telling us. They want to raise the retirement age. No. We can't let them do it to us, right? We can't let it do it to us. We got to vote. We got to vote. And we could watch Love Island too, but we can't register to vote on Love Island before we register to vote in real life, and that's it. Hold on, let me get my thumbnail. Okay, all right, cool. Have a good one. Like, subscribe.